Commercial real estate loans coming due. What does that mean to you? Why would you care? Well, we'll talk about that. Also, Santa Clara County tops the median sales price in the U.S. And what you get for $1 million in Santa Clara County and the inventory watch across the nation. Let's get moving. All right. I wanted to start there. There you go. All right. First things first. Let's get over here. Commercial real estate loans coming due in 2024 balloon by 41%. Now, balloon is a lending term, and in commercial loans, they typically have a 5-year loan due payable at the 5th year. That's a balloon. So a kind of catchy tune right there. Let me see if I can open it up for you. Well, let me see if I can just make it bigger. There you go. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah. So almost $1 trillion in loans matured but weren't paid off. We're trying to extend them. Here's the problem. And if you're working out of your house and your company has empty desks and cubicles, etc., that could be a problem for your company. Or because maybe the landlord is like, I want to raise rents because everything's costing more money. Mr. Business Owner, I need to raise rents. And they're like, well, actually, we're thinking about shortening or coming down in our lease or our square footage, right? And then on top of that, we have retail businesses going out of business. I send that out all the time in my Facebook, not just in San Francisco, but all over the place that are going out of business. And by the way, now you're paying $15, $20 for a meal, which used to be, that was a lot of money back then. Now it's run of the mill. We have a new restaurant right down the street. I went there. It was like $15, $20 for a plate. It's because rent is so bloody expensive right now. So what's going to happen is a lot more businesses are going to fail. And I don't know if you noticed this or not, but franchise businesses like McDonald's and Burger King and Pizza Hut and all these different little franchise businesses, they're getting squeezed. They're getting squeezed from the landlord. They're getting squeezed from the labor board commission. They're being squeezed by the franchisor. So those businesses are eventually going to start failing en masse. When I was a kid, I grew up in Cupertino at Monte Vista High School and De Anza when I was older adult. And I worked as a kid at at the Burger King right there where Kmart used to be. It's a Home Depot now in Saratoga Sunnyvale. That's now a FUD, right? Businesses are starting to churn, and that's a scary thing. And when you see that there's $1 trillion worth of debt coming due, a lot of them are going to refinance and roll them over into another year or another 5-year term loan, which that's normal. But if they're losing value in that, it's going to make it a lot more difficult. Why do you care? Glad you asked. You should care because it's one of the tipping points of our economy. It's one of the major points of our GDP. And if that is one of the sinking points of our economy, it could topple the entire house of cards. Could it happen? It absolutely could, right? I'm not saying it will. It's just something to be aware of. And I'm not saying Chicken Little, right? Sky's not falling. It's just you need to be educated on where you should invest your money and be smart about it. And this little news tidbit might help save your money, right? Not telling you how to use it, I'm giving you directions to do more research. So out of everything that's out there right now, $1 trillion in debt that has to churn one way or another in the next year. So keep that in mind. Keep an eye on that. We'll be talking about that more. That said, out of, I don't know, I think it's like 1,600 counties in the United States, Santa Clara County is one of the top median priced houses. So affordability, yes, but yeah, good for you, Santa Clara County. And if you click on this little button right here, you can see that there's only like 6 counties in the US. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Teton in Wyoming, right? 1.13. Alameda County, $1 million. Santa Clara County, 1.583. Santa Cruz County, $1 million. And Marin County. So, yeah, congratulations, I guess, is in order. I don't know. I mean, or if you have housing affordability issues, maybe Santa Clara isn't a place to live. Maybe you have to commute, right? There's always Alameda County, Contra Costa. There's places outside there. There's San Benito. Prices over there are going up, right? Monterey is a great place, and there's a lot of places where you can buy a house for $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, but you have to commute. It's a choice, right? Either rent here or buy there and commute, and that's just the fact of life. All right, good job, Santa Clara County. These flyover states, look at this, just blue, like $150,000, $300,000. Down here, I thought, I don't know why that's popping up. Yeah, Monroe County, I thought would be red, but it's not. It's in the 700 range, in the 0.7. So there you go. All right. So I don't want this to come off as bragging, but I want to say thank you to everybody that has worked with me in the past and believed in me, in my process, in my service. And this last year, I took half of a year off and I still made 10%, the top 10%. I didn't take 10%, take the year off. I just kind of mentally wanted to slow down a little bit. And I still produced really well. It was a fantastic year. The years before, I got the same award. And it's not because of me. It's because you allow me to help you. And every time I do that, I make my service better. And I appreciate you. And thank you so very much for doing that. It really means a lot to me that you call me. I'm not a sales guy. I don't sell you. I don't pressure you. I develop a service. And that's where we come from that. So again, if you've worked with me in the past, if you're working with me now, I appreciate it. And if you're working with me in the future, I appreciate you. Thanks a lot. What do you get for $1 million? Now, over Christmas break, my daughters took me to go see Lord of the Rings. And I don't think it's the same thing, but Mordred, I had to open this up. I'm sorry. I saw Mordred. I think it's Mordred in Lord of the Rings, but I thought it would be kind of fun to look at this real quick. Mordred, drive. Mordred, drive. Okay, so look, we're humans. When we do stuff that we're going to make mistakes, right? So nothing bad on that. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,242 square foot, built in 1959. And it's a little ranch house. It's a smaller lot. Let's take a look at it really quick. Looks like it was painted on the outside. The landscaping's really crisp and clean. The kitchen's really nice. I want to see the bath. So the big key asset to me is what the backyard looks like, because if the backyard is barren or not touched, then this looks like it could be a flip, right? You have all the new lights, make it all nice and pretty. So again, this house is priced right for the area, staged up, priced right, marketed right. It looks beautiful inside. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to, maybe we'll. So in the backyard, it's not so bad. Oh, wait, look, there's some dirt clumps there. Looks like you have a squirrel problem. We have solar, yay. I have a video on solar, whether you should lease or buy, and if you add value to your house. So just keep that in mind when you do that. I'll add the link down below. I didn't really mean to talk about that, but there you go. Where this is East Foothills, Warren Springs area. So it's just north of Alum Rock. I have a house coming up over here, that area right there. So yeah, it's a nice neighborhood. I think this thing's going to go really quick. Only one day on market. I'll bet you dollars to donuts that this comes back at 1.2. We'll see, right? We don't know until we know. What do you get? Okay, so real quick, just a snapshot of inventory. We're still really low, right? We need to be about, this is San Jose, we need to be about, I want to say 400 or 500 for San Jose. Santa Clara County, it needs to be about 16, 1700 to be an adequate market. Huh. Hope I'm still recording. Anyway, everything is really low right now except for Gilroy. Gilroy is bumping up and over its average. Everything else is way below their average. So there you go. Cape Coral's high, but that's because people are getting out because of all the hurricanes, right? And their insurance companies aren't paying for it, and now you can't get insurance. We also have videos on the insurance problem that's happening in California too. So make sure you watch that. All right, that's it. Today we talked about why you should care about commercial real estate loans, the house of cards. Santa Clara County just hit the top median price again. It's neck and neck with San Mateo. Sometimes it's New York, but right now we're tops. And what you get for $1 million, guys. I appreciate everything. I appreciate you watching this, and thank you for calling me to do business with you. I'm Vito with Abitano. You have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you out there.